Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corcoran Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Dad from Devil Driving.
This is Motorist from Quad. You're listening to RABID NOISE
on RABID Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to RABID NOISE on RABID Radio. That was Pointless Philosophy by At Fates. And my guest on the program now from the band is Benn Cox. What's going on, man?
Nev, good to speak to you again, man. Doing well.
Yeah, it is good to have you back on the show, man. Well, you've just launched the new single, Pointless Philosophy, which we just played, and it's getting heaps of really good attention. And what's the concept behind the song?
Well, yeah, pretty stoked with the concept behind the song. This time round, we sort of did things a little bit different, and I got full reign on sort of the lyrical direction, which is not something we normally do. Normally, everyone has a bit of an input, and this time I was told to sort of let loose, and concept real close to my heart is sort of space and you know, astrophysics and all that kind of cool stuff. And so I kind of put a little bit of my personal passion into a song and sort of come up with a theme of a philosophy that a lot of people live by that basically is, you know, in my mind, a bit of a waste of time, and that's what the lyrics talk about, and it's great to be up there singing something that, you know, has a lot of my brain in it for complete time, so good times. Well,
the video's really cool too. Like, was that filmed in someone's, like, top of their house, or...? Pretty much. We're pretty lucky to have... our drummer has a shack down in Victor Harbour here in South Australia, and right on the beach, and the top of the shack there is this beautiful old loft with exposed wooden beams, and we normally crash up there after a couple of beers and a game of Kings, and we were thinking about where we were going to shoot the band elements of the video, and it sort of all just took shape, and it was the best place for us to shoot. It turned out really great. It's really bizarre, but it's cool. Like, I haven't really seen that being done before. It's kind of like a really enclosed space, but it's, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Enclosed is a good word. I mean, it sort of seems a little bit bigger than it is on film. It's actually really small, and couldn't jump around too much for fear of smacking our heads on the overhead stuff. But no, we sort of took it a little bit more careful and put a bit of smoke in there and got the light playing really well. And the result speaks for itself. It came out really, really top quality, and we were pretty stoked with it. Who directed the video? A good friend of ours has a sort of a production company here in South Australia called Imaginell Studios. So there's a bit of a plug, and Eli Green and his partner Julia Henning, who you know, are musos in their own right, also have a production company on the side, and we sort of teamed up with them, and we had a bit of a budget going into this whole sort of new campaign with the new band and everything, and those guys worked with us on that and came out with a result that we were exceptionally sort of happy with, and we couldn't thank them enough. So, yeah, all-round team effort on this one, but it turned out pretty good. Awesome, man. Well, I've also been following you guys on Facebook a little bit and seeing that, you know, you've been using the Jam Hub, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, man. What a cool little thing that is. Yeah, well, we kind of took a bit of a hit when Will, our drummer, had to move to Sydney to follow a career, because unfortunately the band's not paying the bills just yet. But with his movement to Sydney, we kind of do things a little bit more remote, which is working really well. And the rest of the band kind of come up with an idea if we could somehow do like a silent rehearsal like you do when you're in a studio. You know, it might be a little bit easier for us and take a little bit of a load off of, you know, all the gear we carry around, all that kind of stuff. So enter the Jam Hub, and yeah, it's sort of don't look back since. It's been a really fun bit of equipment to play with. They are really cool, man, because I've jammed with one once or twice, and you just put your headphones on, and everyone's, it's a bizarre thing to sort of get used to at first, isn't it? It is, yeah, but it's such it's a simple design, but I suppose it's not really. There's a lot of technology goes into it, but everyone gets their own little individual mix, so you can have things exactly how you want to hear them in your own headphones, and obviously I'll have the vocals a little bit louder than Jim on the guitar. He'll have his sort of solos up a little bit higher, but it gives us all that freedom and sort of flexibility. Plus, we can take it anywhere we go. So if we're on the road and we want a quick jam or something along those lines, we can just plug it in
and we're just going to figure out how to get it rocking in the car. That's going to make the tour a little bit more fun as well.
That's actually a good idea.
I don't know how 2 guitars in the car would go, but we'll figure it out.
Talking about headphones, though, you guys have just been endorsed by, was it Jay's Headphones?
Oh, man, you've got to check these headphones out. We kind of got approached by a little-known company to us anyway, sort of a Swedish headphone manufacturer, but on looking at some of their products, we were like completely blown away with just how quality it is, and then part of our endorsement was sort of getting the care packages and trying out the gear for ourselves, and it is top quality stuff. And I seriously recommend anyone thinking about headphones to look up jays.com.se and get yourself a pair of those things, because they blew us away. They're so good. That's
awesome, man. Yeah, well, congratulations on that endorsement, man. That's really cool.
Thanks, man. No, it is really good to have people backing us, and add that to the Fight Your Fate clothing line. We've got that endorsers plus Collision drumsticks and evergreen artists that get behind us on everything as well. We've got a lot of people getting around us and helping us out, and it really makes things a lot easier. But the great thing, just going back to the days really quick, is they also gave us 5 pairs of headphones to give away at each of our 5 shows on this tour. So if anyone listening is coming along, just keep an eye on our Facebook page and a small competition we're running, and you could be in the chance to win yourself a pair as well.
Oh, that's epic, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were pretty stoked with that.
Yeah. Well, how do they answer it?
Well, pretty much each show on the tour, it's a 5-show tour, so it's only a little mini one, but they'll all have a Facebook event that you can invite yourself and your friends to, and if you jump in there and you tag a couple of people that aren't invited, and one of those persons also clicks attending and rocks up on the night, that's all you have to do. And then we'll draw it pretty random, but the more that are in it, the more chance that everyone has to get themselves a pair of them, and hopefully the people that pick them up are just as happy with them as we are.
Awesome, man. Well, we're going to go to the track Setting Darkness on Fire, and we'll follow up with a track maybe you could pick for us. What's something you want to hear here tonight, man?
I can't go past a little bit of 36 Crazy Fists if you could hook us up with that.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Maybe Rest Inside the Flames.
Done. All right, well, we'll go to those tracks now, and we'll be back very soon on Rabid Noise. Welcome back to Rabid Noise. We're here with Ben from At Fates. Now, you've supported bands like, Chiodos and Elisana and Betraying the Martyr. Is there anyone that you'd love to tour with?
Oh, I mean, everyone has their dream bands that they could see themselves sort of jumping on the tour bus and having a whirlwind sort of time with. I mean, I'd love to mellow it down a little bit, go a little bit lower key and jump on the back of like a Carnival or something a little bit more rocky. I mean, Foo Fighters, we went to the Foo Fighters show here in Adelaide, and I mean, we're dreaming pretty ridiculously large here, but that was just one of the best shows I've seen, and imagine opening up to a show and a crowd like that. That'd be pretty fantastic. But quite honestly, Chiodos was one of the bands about 10 years ago that really got me into the sort of different hardcore / sort of screamo / sort of clean singing stuff, and to be able to support those guys and meet Owen, who's one of the singers that I really look up to. That was a real big tick in the box and a feather in the cap for me as it was. So yeah, just onwards and upwards from there, I think. Yeah,
man, that is awesome. Well, you, of course, you're hitting the road in support of Pointless Philosophy, and you'll be in Brisbane on July 9. So when it comes to preparing for a tour, what's the most important thing for you guys to, feel comfortable while you're on the road?
Well, definitely having all the logistics and the finances all taken care of. There's nothing worse than getting out, like has happened, and then you find out that someone's pay didn't go through, and you're relying on that to take care of a hotel or something, because quite honestly, you live out of each other's pockets when you're on the road. So this time around, we've been saving hard, and we're going to be flying to most of the shows, so it takes a big load off the shoulders with the driving that we had to do the last time we went around Australia. So really looking forward to just sort of having a bit more time up the sleeve this time, getting prepared for the shows a little bit better, and making sure that when we do hit the stage, we're 100% ready to go. And hopefully the crowd gets into it. And these are, the biggest and best shows we played so far.
I think it's going to be, man. There's a lot of buzz about it, so it's going to be an epic tour for you guys. So I really urge people to get out there and just, if they haven't seen you before, check you guys out.
Oh, thanks, Nev. Yeah, no, I was really, really looking forward to this one. We were so lucky and fortunate enough to get some really cool clubs all along the East Coast there, and we're going to be playing alongside some awesome bands. Some bands we played with the likes of Caulfield and these kind of guys, and some bands that we haven't, that we've been checking out and really digging as well. So, we got Sydney up first, I think, on the 2nd of July, and then, actually, no, we've got Adelaide up first this weekend at Washed Up in Adelaide, and then Sydney, and then Brisbane, Brightside, and then we're in Melbourne before coming home again.
Epic, man. Well, if you could play anywhere in the world, though, where would you go?
Well, I've always had a soft spot for Main Stage HQ in Adelaide. I remember back in the day I used to be a bit of a sound tech and had a chance of being in there and working behind the scenes. And the sound quality of that stage and just sort of when it's pumping and you got a full room and, there's a couple of thousand people cheering along and the lights are going nuts. That's kind of at the moment where I'm setting the bar, and we're lucky enough to actually possibly be playing. I'm not sure if it's the Main Stage. It's definitely HQ, but we'll be there on the 17th of July when we come back home. So if it gets to the point where enough people are attending and they bump it up to the Main Stage, I might just get that dream coming true.
Oh, man, well, I really hope so for you guys. You definitely deserve it. You work your asses off, so, why not?
Thanks, man. I'll keep my fingers crossed and you do the same for us.
Oh, will do, man. Will do. So what's next for your plans for At Fates after the tour, man?
Well, we got so much going on, man. I mean, obviously, all eyes are focused on the tour at the moment and getting this new song and sound out there. And people are really vibing on it, and we're getting, all good feedback. So we're doing something in the right direction, we believe, and now it's just building on that. So the new songs that accompany sort of Pointless Philosophy and follow a similar sort of sound are in process, and we're looking forward to probably writing before the end of the year. And once we get that through, then there'll be some other developments following that, and hopefully, like I've said, bigger and better things to come. Excellent, man. Exciting times ahead, dude. Well, it was awesome hanging with you tonight, man. We're going to go to your track, No Reflection, from Chapters, and we'll see you at the Brightside on July 9th. And for further dates in your part of the country, hit up the At Fates Facebook. Fantastic, Nev. Thanks for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to chat to you and looking forward to seeing you at the Brightside.